Orad Reshef grew up right here in Snowdon, the youngest of 5 brothers. He spent 12 years in UTT in Herzliah, where he played for the Herzliah Wildcats before graduating as the Hebrew valedictorian for the class of 2004. He did his DEC at Dawson in Pure and Applied Sciences and his bachelor's degree in science at McGill, majoring in physics. He then did both his master's degree and his PhD at Harvard University in applied physics. Today, he is a researcher at the University of Ottawa, where he was recently awarded the Banting Postdoctoral Fellowship, ranking top 5 among scientist applicants across all of Canada. He has co-authored over 15 peer-reviewed scientific publications and several book chapters, and he also holds 2 patents. He is also the new father of a new baby boy named Jonah. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Dr. Orad.
Hello. My name is Dr. Reshef. For about 12 years of my life, I was known by a different name, Reshef's son. It's been a long time since I was Reshef's son. I graduated from Hertz back in 2004, it's 13 years ago, and many things have changed. I've moved out of the country and back, I now have a PhD, I'm a father, I've lost some of my hair, and I have this lingering tension in my neck and shoulders. And some of the things, it turns out, are exactly the same. For example, I've known I've had to give this speech for months, but I only started it yesterday. J'ai vécu plusieurs belles années ici à Herzliah, avec des bons et des moins bons moments. On a gagné le tournoi juif du basket, mais plus tard dans cette même année, notre équipe a subi une défaite très douloureuse en finale du GM1. Je me rappelle que j'ai gagné la médaille bronze dans la course de 3 km. C'est un moment dont je me souviendrai toute ma vie. J'étais placé 3e dans toute la ville de Montréal, dans une course où il y avait 2 autres coureurs. J'ai rencontré mes meilleurs amis au monde ici, et c'était aussi à Herzliah où j'ai rencontré ma femme, Stéphanie. En 2003, l'école a organisé un voyage au ski, ça réunissait tous les étudiants des 2 écoles, autant il y avait Saint-Laurent et Snowdon ensemble. Et c'est là qu'on s'est rencontrés, et aujourd'hui on est toujours ensemble après 14 ans. Alors, vous pouvez me croire quand je vous dis que je donne beaucoup à Herzliah. Now, in thinking about how I'd like to give back to the school and to its students, I've been trying to think long and hard about what I should talk about while I'm up here. Something not obvious like stay in school, work really hard, etc., because you hear that all the time. And I also know what it's like to sit where you students are sitting, listening to some old guy slowly waste your time in a morning assembly. So I decided to tell you some of the things that I wished someone had told me when I was your age, someone who'd been through what I've been going through, a former Herzliah student. And so I've narrowed it down to 5 points. You can say it's like 4 pieces of life advice and 1 piece of relationship advice. Okay, 1. 100% of the shots you don't take don't go in. So this is an old Wayne Gretzky thing, but I've come to realize that it has brought me all of the success in my life, which is why I've been first. I can't even count on one hand the number of opportunities that I have that I didn't think that I deserved, and I didn't think that I would get, and I just applied for them and I got them. So let me tell you about how I got into graduate school. You should know that I was at McGill doing my bachelor's degree in physics. I wasn't at the top of my class. In fact, I wasn't even the top Herzliah student in my class. I would say I was middling, maybe a bit above average, but nothing stellar. But I got to Harvard University and none of the other students did. Well, one of the other students did. Well, why is that? Well, it turns out they didn't bother to apply. They just didn't bother. Some weren't hungry for that kind of challenge, or they were scared of making a tough decision and moving to another country. That's fine. Others just didn't think they would get in. I mean, they didn't even try their luck. One student in my class had the highest GPA in the history of the program. So he had a GPA of 3.99 out of a maximum of 4. He needed an apply. So I ended up going and being one of 2 students who made it into an Ivy League university for my graduating class. I didn't have the best grades, I didn't have the best research experience, I didn't have the best anything. And I didn't think I was going to get it either. I mean, it wasn't a guarantee. Like, I got rejected by MIT, Princeton, Cornell. Maybe I should stop. But it's just that I had the Jewish chutzpah that gave me the courage to try, and I lucked out on a few schools, and one of which ended up being a very good school. So just try, just ask. If you aren't going to make it in some program or some team or some school or whatever, let the organizer decide that for you. Don't be your own rejection committee. Number 2, fail. In fact, in order to succeed in anything worthwhile, you're going to eventually have to fail many times. I mean, what are the odds that you inherently know how to do everything when you have no experience to begin with? 0. This also goes hand in hand with advice number 1. If you're trying all the time, you'll fail all the time as well. And that needs to be okay. Like I said before, I didn't get into many good grad schools, but that's okay because I got into one good one. And that's all you need to get yourself started. And so going with these 2 pieces of advice, I have like another one, I'll call it like advice 2A. Be entrepreneurial. Don't wait to try something exciting. If you ever had this thought like, oh, when I'm older, I'm going to start my project. Stop! Go do it! Like, go somewhere, get there, ask someone, do it for free, whatever. Do it now. Start your podcast, your YouTube channel. I mean, if you keep it up, by the time you graduate, you'll have been doing it for 3 years, and instead of wishing you started it 3 years ago. One of the most incredible things to me that I saw when I was at Harvard were these kids, right? Kids who were like, what, 2, 3 years older than some of you. Who were like building wells in Africa, or like starting charities or companies, all sorts of stuff. And there's nothing special about them. They just went and they did it. And they asked the right questions to the right people, and bam, started. Number 3. There's 5. Okay. Number 3, being happy is a peak feeling. So it happens for a moment and then it goes away. Think, for example, about this moment when your parents brought you like your first PlayStation or iPad or cell phone, I don't know, whatever you guys have these days. How long did it take until it started collecting dust in a corner and you got sick of it, or it got old and you had to ask them to replace it for you? A few months, right? So like, maybe it was even just like an instant, right? Maybe you won some kind of competition or some game, and then like the next day you're preparing for the next one, right? You shouldn't define your happiness based on success. Like, you shouldn't define your feeling of self-worth based on things like this. You should remember, right? Failing is part of the process. And so people that try to be happy all the time and successful all the time, those guys fail eventually because they have to. And it's bad, and they burn out. So you need to understand that as long as you strive to be happy with your day-to-day, you're doing as well as humans are physiologically expected to do. And a related point, what you see on Facebook or Snapchat isn't anybody's life. Those are just highlights. Multiply every person's one good moment a month by the number of friends you have, and it feels like everybody is happy and partying all the time. So don't be so ready to believe it. 4, and the parents are going to love this one. Become a doctor. It's well-paying. You'll never need to look for work. It's a respected, noble profession. You know, every single one of you that wants to be a doctor is totally going to become one. That's what happened to my grade. Obviously not, right? It's a challenging, expensive career track. If this isn't 100% your dream, you won't be able to commit to it completely, and you'll suffer in the long run. Here, let me give you an example, okay? How many medical facts do you know about the pancreas? Let's start. Wikipedia. The pancreas is a glandular organ in the digestive system and endocrine system of vertebrates. In humans, it is located in the abdominal cavity behind the stomach. It is an endocrine gland producing several important hormones, including insulin, glucagon, somatostatin, and pancreatic polypeptide, all of which circulate in the blood. Do you feel yourself falling asleep? This is the introductory paragraph on the Wikipedia page. Actually, it's not even the whole introductory paragraph. Couldn't bring myself to read that. So imagine if this was your whole life, like 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. Could you do that? You actually have the opportunity to do anything you want with your life, right? You can start a company, become a city planner, an engineer, a chef, a software developer. I mean, there's a multitude of things that pay well and that won't be replaced by robots in the near future. When I was 22 when I made this realization, and I decided, oh, I'm going to work on the next generation of computers and quantum computers. You're all in your teens, and hopefully by now you've discovered this. So what do you work on? One point, no matter what you choose, you'll have to wake up every day to do it. And that's the majority of your life. It's like the vast majority of your waking life. So for that reason, you better find something you love and do it. Right? I mean love. Like if you can't wake up at 6 a.m. to do this thing, it's not for you. Because you know that feeling when you wake up and you just don't want to go to school? If that's like your whole life, five, relationship advice. This might not be what you're expecting. Be thankful and generous to your parents. Not only because they gave you life, okay, but you've not actually begun to, I'm serious, hey, I see you guys looking away. I'm serious. You've not actually begun to realize how much they've sacrificed for you. Like, you can't. So, I know you've heard it from many people before, but take it from me. I'm a new parent, and my son is 5 months old, and I've already wiped his butt more times than I've wiped my own. And I guarantee you, your parents have done the same for you. I mean, hopefully your butts have been wiped. And this is one of like a billion things that they do for you all the time that you take for granted. I mean, not only that, like they clearly care about you and your success, or they wouldn't have gone out of their way to send you to school here. I'm sure many of you don't live here, and so here they are, picking you up, driving you to school, dropping you off every day. And it's hard. And they don't have to do that. They just kick you to the school around the corner. That's way easier, trust me. It might even be cheaper. It might even be way cheaper. So that's my advice. Try a lot, fail a lot, do things that feel bigger than you, strive to be happy with your everyday life and not just the highlights, do what you love, but like really do it, and nurture your relationship with your parents. I'll finish by saying one thing, it'll be okay. You guys are already ahead of most of the people out there, and even if it doesn't feel like it. Our generation is specifically under a lot of pressure that our parents never felt, and they'll never understand it. But just don't think about it. Just keep working hard, and you know what I mean when I say work hard, obviously, and just follow your dreams, and you'll be okay in the long run. I'm living proof that working hard pays off. Thanks.
Brings me back quite a few years. I think I taught you chemistry, didn't I? In one of my first years here, many years ago. Wow. It's exciting to see everybody here. I just want to let you know that we are looking at 179 students, 179 élèves qui ont reçu la médaille Herzliah. I will now call upon Mrs. Kelly Castiel, our Executive Director, to present the certificate to our 2016-17 Secondary 5 students. I'm going to name them off. I don't know how many of them are here because a lot of them are in anesthesia.